following is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. Time. Let's head up to the broadcast booth for the pregame show right now on Magnitude Sports.
All right, welcome. Mostly cloudy, 65 degrees for the Brontosaurus up on the hill. Over to the east side of Dave Food Field, where we have this matchup today here between the Fargo Post 400 Stars and Bellevue East out of Nebraska. And we are getting this game started a little bit earlier. I got a phone call saying the game was scheduled to start at 1:45 instead of 2 o'clock, and that could be due to some potential rain showers and storms that may come in later today, as they want to try and get all the games in before those storms would potentially approach. But looking at the hour-by-hour forecast, the chance of rain is slim. Looking at about maybe a 30% or less chance of rain at the hour-by-hour forecast. 67, mostly cloudy right now. Should stay around 67, 68. We do have a southeast wind at 13 miles per hour, 51% humidity. So it's going to be a little bit, the 66 makes it feel like maybe upper 50s with that wind. It's a little bit chilly with the mostly cloudy skies, but other than that, we are good to go. So we are ready now here for the first inning of play as Matt Bryant will step up to the plate here to start things off for the Post 400 Stars. On the mound is Landon Johnson. He will be your starting pitcher here for Bellevue East. And then A.J. Lucas is the catcher. Here's the first pitch, and it's bashed right over to the second baseman, Cooper Brown. He will loft it over to Tyler Thiede at first for the 4-3 ground out, and that's one away. First pitch coming at 1:40 p.m. If there's one thing we've learned about the Stars here in recent games is if the longer it goes 0-0, the more in favor it goes in Post 400's favor. I missed the pitch. I believe it was a ball, 1-0. And this one by Colby Hansen is going to right field, and the first baseman, Thiede, dropped the ball. So going to the books is a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. No, it's no balls, 2 strikes, excuse me, as the first pitch was recorded as a strike. So 0-2. Colby Hansen, Easton Rarick on deck. We might see Caden Graff this inning as well. In the outfield, you got Cole Holbrook in left, Evan Gann in right, and Cooper Cicerello in center field. Pitch comes outside for a ball to Colby Hansen. Now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 away and no runners on. Paul Schuler, the shortstop. Blake Irwin at third for Bellevue East. Swing and a miss as the bat goes over the top of the pitch, and that's a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout. And that is out number 2 here for Bellevue East, and now it's Easton Rarick who will step up to the plate. Hit a 2-run homer over the right field fence yesterday in the game against Miles City. He likes right field and center field. Whenever he goes to left, it's usually a flyout. Pitch number 6 for Landon Johnson on the mound, and that pitch is in for strike 1. And the next pitch will miss. He tried to paint the outside edge, but could not quite get the job done. And that'll even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and number 1, Landon Johnson, delivers a fouled away pitch to Easton Rarick, who's number 2. So 1-2. And it's now a 1-2 count with 2 away. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and number 1, Landon Johnson, will deliver that 1-2 pitch to number 2, Easton Rarick, right now, and it's high and out for a ball, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and pitch number 10 coming up for Landon Johnson here in the top of the first inning. As once again, we're getting this game started about maybe 17, 18 minutes early, and he'll swing and miss, and that'll be a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout number 2, and that'll end the inning here for the Post 400 Stars first at bat. And now we'll see what Bellevue East has in store for us. Paul Schuler, Blake Irwin, and Landon Johnson are the first 3 batters that we'll see. Drew Rarick will be on the mound when we return after this here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Be right back. Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
You may already know that at Clothes Mentor, you can shop great designer brands without the full designer price, and that you can bring your gently used items into Clothes Mentor and sell them for cash on the spot. Here's something else you should know. Buying and selling at Clothes Mentor aids in water preservation, reduces chemical pollution, decreases landfill waste, boosts your local community. That's right, it's resale, and it's better than retail. Be green and kind to the environment by selling your clothing and buying sustainable fashion for yourself.
All right, there's a look at Drew Rarick on the mound. Sorry for the pause there. I was messaging our counterpart, Eric Tianson, on an update on some schedule changes. We'll tell you more about that here in just a moment. Drew Rarick here in the bottom of the first. He will go up against Paul Schuler. And Schuler right back to Rarick, and the underhand scoop there to Byswinger for out number 1. So it is a 1-3 ground out for Paul Schuler to start the bottom half of the first. And now Drew Rarick will go up against Blake Irwin. Rarick winds up and deals, and Irwin fouls that one away for strike 1. Right up over the grandstand behind home plate on that fouled away pitch here, and now Rarick will wind up for the 0-1 pitch. And the delivery up high, evens up at a ball and a strike, 1-1. And this one is over the glove of the shortstop Easton Rarick into center field. Chasing it down is Oliver Luck. Rounding first is Blake Irwin. The throw will come in, and Irwin's on with a double. So that puts a runner on base for the first time in the game. It's a base hit for Bellevue East, and that'll bring up Landon Johnson. Rarick will stare down Irwin on second, deliver the pitch in for a strike, 0-1. So base hit and a double for Blake Irwin. And if Easton Rarick was a couple inches taller, he may have snagged that one out of the air. Here's the pitch. Got it, strike two. Stars picking up a 10-0 win over Miles City. That started with a 2-run homer for Easton Rarick. That'll be a drop third strike. And now the throw over to third, and it's going to be close. No, the throw was a little bit off the mark. They'll get the second out at first, and Irwin will advance to third on the throw. So Landon Johnson strikes out officially on a drop third strike. Irwin moves over to third. A.J. Lucas the batter now. And a nice block there by Hayden Cresson to make sure Irwin stays on third. It's ball one. Jackson Beiswinger at first, Matt Bryant at second, Easton Rarick, the shortstop Eli Mock over at third. Cresson catching, Drew Rarick on the mound, Oliver Luck in center, Caden Graff in left, Chayton Sen in right. Here's the pitch from Rarick. That one bounces off the turf, and another block there by Cresson, ball two. So the Stars with their win yesterday and a couple of other outcomes from yesterday's game will now be granted a Sunday game for sure. The only thing that we still have to determine is the time of day for that Sunday game, and that will be determined by the outcomes of the Stars' remaining games in addition to the outcomes of the teams that the Stars have defeated and or as of not yet maybe lost to, if that makes sense. 2 balls and a strike, 10 pitches, 7 of them have found the strike zone for Drew Rarick, and here's pitch 11, and it's low and out, and now it's 3 balls and a strike. 3-1 the count. Here's the 3-1. That one's hit up high. Right field, drifting back. There's Chayton Sen now charging in. Tried to make the diving catch, and he will not make it. It'll be an RBI single and an advancement to second on the dive. No error on the plays. You don't charge an error to they're going to charge an error on the scoreboard, but that is not an error. You don't charge an error to a diving outfielder. That is a hit. And it's now 1-0 in favor of Bellevue. And a nice job there by the second baseman, Bryant, to end the inning. So that will take care of business here in the first inning of play. Bellevue East scores 1, leaves 1 stranded on base. A.J. Lucas on second as Cooper Brown flies out to Matt Bryant. And that'll bring up Caden Graff, Hayden Cresson, and Chayton Sen when we return after the break here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Signarama of Fargo is the trusted, preferred signage vendor of NDSU athletics. The global leader in the sign and graphic industry, Signarama is the way to grow your business. Competitive prices, free consultations and estimates, signage solutions that fit your budget. Signarama is locally owned and committed to community support. Trusted by the Bison, be a championship business with Signarama. Call or go online at sarvalley.com.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? from office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
All right, welcome back. Top of 2, it's a 1-0 lead here for Bellevue East here in this early morning. Well, not really, it feels like early morning. It was early morning yesterday. Now it's mid-afternoon already. Caden Graff, batter 4 in the lineup as the Stars went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Strike tossed there by Landon Johnson, 0-1 to Caden Graff. We'll see Hayden Crescent on deck and Chayton Sen this inning for sure. Landon Johnson now on pitch number 12, and here's that pitch, and this one's 1-hopper, 2-hopper towards third. He'll fire it over to first. He runs it out. It's an infield hit. And Caden Graff makes it to first. That'll bring up Hayden Crescent. Johnson looks over at Graff. Now he sets, and now he'll try and pick off Graff to no success. Graff on the head first slide, back in time. Yeah, that's a strike. 0-1 to Hayden Crescent. Chayton Sen, the batter on deck. Caden Graff, runner on. Might see Eli Mock this inning. Crescent and Sen represent batters 5 and 6. That one's fouled away for strike number 2 and 0-2 the count. Now here to Crescent. Landon Johnson with 2 Buffalo Wild Wings strikeouts so far. He's got 2 of the 3 struck out in the top half of the first. Another pickoff attempt here on Caden Graff. Once again, around the bases here for Bellevue. Landon Johnson on the mound. A.J. Lucas behind the plate catching. Tyler Thiede at first. Cooper Brown at second. Paul Schuler, the shortstop. Blake Irwin at third. The outfield here after the 0-2. That one will bounce off, and taking off for second is Caden Graff. He'll make it in standing, and it's ball 1 on the wild pitch there. That'll advance Caden Graff over to second. So now the tying run in scoring position with nobody out here. Outfield and left is Cole Holbrook. Evan Gann in right field. Straightaway center field is Cooper Cicerello. Excuse me. And this one fouled off out of the batter's box to the right side of the batter's box. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2, and that's drilled into center field. Caden Graff will put on the brakes at third, and it'll be a single, and that's runners on the corners for Chayton Sen. So I'll move Eli Mock into the on-deck circles. Chayton Sen makes his way into the batter's box to face pitch number 18 from Landon Johnson. 13 of 17 pitches by Johnson have found the strike zone. And the Stars have 2 hits already. Bellevue should only have 2 hits. Well, we'll fix that here in a moment as they try to pick off Crescent at first. There you go. Both now their numbers are right up there. No balls and a strike to Chayton Sen. Runners on the corners. Caden Graff on third. Hayden Crescent on first. And the 0-1 delivery. And that one is going to get by the shortstop between short and third into left field. Caden Graff will score. It's an RBI single that moves Hayden Crescent up to second for Chayton Sen, and it's 1-1. That's the third hit of the game now here for the Post 400 Stars. So runners on first and second. On the RBI single for Chayton Sen, bringing up Eli Mock. Landon Johnson staring down Crescent on second, and that one is going to be hit to the shortstop. Force out at third on the way, and that's the only one they'll get. It'll be a fielder's choice for Eli Mock. So 1 out. Runners remain on first and second. 6-5 on the force out at third. Chayton Sen moves up to second. Eli Mock on first with the fielder's choice. Here's Oliver Luck now. And Oliver Luck lines it down the first baseline. I thought it was fair for a moment, but they just now called it foul. Strike one. That pitch is up high for a ball. And now 2-1. Johnson will step off the mound. Runners will touch up on their bases. Once again, Chayton Sen on second, Eli Mock on third. One away. Oliver Luck facing 2 balls and a strike. Make that 3 balls and a strike, and the pitch will pass through, and the runners will advance. Second and third now. Send to third on the wild pitch, and Eli Mock to second on that same wild pitch, and that makes the count 3 balls and a strike. Opens up first base for a potential walk and a potentially loaded bases loaded situation for Jackson Beiswinger, who's on deck, and he will get that bases loaded scenario that we just talked about. So that'll clear the count for Jackson Beiswinger and load the bases. And now a visit to the mound already here for Bellevue East. They'll just have a quick conversation here. 1 out, bases loaded. Bellevue East took the lead in the bottom of the first. And then the Stars respond. RBI single for Chayton Sen to tie the game at 1-1. Now Jackson Beiswinger has 3 teammates on 3 bases. Chayton Sen on third, Eli Mock on second, Oliver Luck on first. As they talk over the situation here. Sets up I'm thinking if they get a ground ball to a positional player, they might, depending on which position that goes to, third or second or short, probably throw back home for the force out at home, or maybe trade the run for the out if it's to second or first. And then on an outfield hit, everything's up in the air. First pitch to Beiswinger's in for a strike. It's 0-1. And now it's 0-2 to Beiswinger. That's another way to get a good, easy second out there, is to deliver 3 pitches across the plate. My guess, he might send it to the outside here to see if he can get Beiswinger to chase. And that's exactly what he did. It also came in a little bit low, bounced off the turf for a ball, 1-2. Beiswinger does have a grand slam in his career. It happened in the home opener, second game of a home opener in a doubleheader against the Bismarck Governors. And as soon as I say that, he strikes out on a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout. My apologies to the Byswinger fans for jinxing them there. Brings us back to the top of the order, though. Matt Bryant grounded out on a 4-3 over to the second baseman, Cooper Brown, last time he was at the plate. He faces pitch 30 on the second go around of the lineup here. And this one's going to be lifted up, shallow left field, and the left fielder will not make the catch. That'll be an error, and that will bring in Chayton Sen. It'll also bring in Eli Mock, 2-run score. And an error is charged to Bellevue. Looked like the shortstop was called off by the left fielder. And then the left fielder couldn't make the catch. And now we have runners on second and third. And a 3-1 lead, and this is Colby Hansen right back to Landon Johnson. He'll fire it over for out number 3. So they'll strand 2 on base, and that will end the second period of play as Colby Hansen grounds out on a 1-3. And that'll bring up Cooper Cercerello, Tyler Deed, and Evan Gann. Batters 6, 7, and 8 here for the Bellevue East, and that will happen right after the break.
Do you have a teen ready for driving lessons? Don't know what they need to do or when things need to be done? If busyness keeps you from driving with them, then Gotta Go Driving School is the place to call. Jeff Weber at Gotta Go Driving School has been teaching driving lessons to all age groups since 1991. Call Jeff at Gotta Go Driving, 238-0236. Jeff will tell you to start planning ahead now. Don't wait. Got a new driver? Then it's Gotta Go Driving School. Talk to Jeff or go online at gottagodrivingschool.com.
All right, welcome back. It's Cooper Cicerello here in a 3-1 game in favor of the Stars. They battle back. Easton Rarick will pick that one up, fire it over to Byswinger for the 6-3 ground down and out number 1, and that'll bring up Tyler Thiede. So 1 up, 1 down, 1 out. Tyler Thiede, batter 7 in the lineup, faces pitch 15 from Drew Rarick. Swing and a miss, and 10 of the 15 pitches have found the strike zone on the mound here for Drew Rarick. Once again, Hayden Creston catching. There's the 0-1 windup and the delivery. Swing and a miss on a pitch that went into the dirt, strike 2. Rarick getting a lucky break on that one. 25 minutes into the ball game, and he's tossed 12 strikes so far. And he'll get a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout on Tyler Thiede. I'll bring up Evan Gann. 2 down now here for Bellevue. Now the umpire is going to be approached by the Bellevue coach. It looks like one of Bellevue's players went to use the restroom, and now it's their turn in the batting lineup. No, that's I don't think that's number 18, unless they're subbing out. He's just now coming into the dugout area. Evan Gann is the batter who is supposed to be up. And it appears that Kyle Rutherford is in the on-deck circle now. And this apparently is the reason why he is talking to the official to see if he can maybe sub and re-enter, or it looks like it will indeed be Rutherford. So instead of Evan Gann, it'll be Kyle Rutherford batting in the ace spot. And now Gann comes back into the dugout. So to avoid the delay of game, it's going to be Kyle Rutherford batting in place of Evan Gann. We'll see if Gann comes back the second time around or not. Takes a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count now to Kyle Rutherford from Drew Rarick. Three runs on 3 hits for post 400 on 1 error. That error charged to the left fielder. So he called off the shortstop, and then he couldn't make the catch. Swing and a miss on a bouncing ball. It'll be a drop third strike, and Crescent will throw him out. Get the ball up to my swinger on the 2-3, ground out on the drop third strike, and that'll bring up the potential end of the, it will bring up nobody. It's the end of the second. So it will bring up batters 3, 4, and 5 for the Stars. Easton Rarick, Hayden Graff, and Hayden Crescent. 2-1. 3-1 after 2 complete here from Dave Fluke Field. And we'll be back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Kind of wonder where to even begin about what I love about Touchmark. It's everything. It's the time with the residents. It's my team. I work with wonderful individuals every single day. I love the people, and my job is to connect with them, and that's a pretty great job to have, that you get to make genuine, real connections with our residents and our team members. It's just the overall community. That is Touchmark. That's what I love.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
All right, welcome back. Easton Rarick is up to bat. Struck out swinging last time he was at the plate. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. And now Rarick will send that one foul into left field, and that'll even up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. I want to say hi to Jeff, watching back in Fargo, cheering on the Stars, I would presume. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count, and now it's 2 balls and a strike to Easton Rarick. We'll also see Caden Graff and Hayden Crescent this inning. There's a strike. Pain to the outside edge of the plate, Landon Johnson did on his 24th strike of the afternoon. And say hi to Sean and everybody watching at Buffalo Wild Wings on 42nd Street in Fargo. Give a round of applause for the management and staff, and make sure you tip your waiters, servers. Certainly appreciate that. On a full count, he will bounce it down the first base line, and he's safe on a head first slide at first. How about that? You don't see that too often. But he was able to run it out. You could almost call that a swinging bunt almost. So that's another hit. That's the 4th hit of the game. I don't have an official pitch speed for Drew Rarick. I just got asked that question via text. I will see if I can track down that information for you. Caden Graff fouls the first one up right over my left shoulder and hits the roof of the broadcast booth. And it's 0-1. Caden Graff 1 for 1. Infield single that he would run out on what would have been a potential 5-3 ground out to third, but he was able to run it out. He's got Easton Rarick on first, who made it on an infield single on a head first dive into first. Strike 2, 0-2 here to Caden Graff as he fouled the first one away and then takes that one for a strike looking. And now he'll face pitch number 40 here from Landon Johnson. Johnson quickly surveys Rarick over at first, and now he'll fire over, try and pick him off, but no success there. It'll remain 0-2. Landon Johnson on 39 pitches, 27 strikes, 12 balls unofficially according to my numbers. Here's the 0-2. Little high, and it's 1-2. Once again, Hayden Crescent is on deck. We'll see him for sure. If no double plays happen, we might see Chayton Sen this inning as well. But Stars, after that first inning where they went 1-2-3, got the bats alive in the top of the second, and now they have a little bit of business going here in the top of the third as well. Nobody out and a runner on first. Here's the pitch, low, and now taken off for second, head first dive, and the ball goes into center field, and had he not taken the head first slide, he may have been able to make it to third. However, Easton Rarick will get credit for the steal on second. That moves him up 90 feet. The pitch comes across for a ball. It's 2-2. To Caden Graff, fouled away, strike, and 2 balls. And now a runner in scoring position here as Johnson will check out Eric on second. This one will get past the shortstop in the left field. Easton Rarick will stop at third, and it's an RBI, or it's no RBI, it's just a single for Caden Graff. So runners on first and third now. And Hayden Crescent, 1 for 1, rifled a single right up into center field, right up the gut, last time he was at the plate. And this one, a high bouncer to first, and he'll step on the bag for the force out. Easton Rarick will come in to score. It's 4-1. Caden Graff moves up to second on the play. It's a direct ground out to first. It's an RBI ground out that scores Easton Rarick and moves Caden Graff up to second. So now one runner on with 1 out. And Chayton Sen, 1 for 1, singled into left field last time he was at the plate. This one's going up high, deep into center field. Drifting back is the center fielder, Cicerello. He makes the catch. Tagging up on second is Caden Graff, and he makes it to third. So now 2 out and a runner on third on the fly out by Chayton Sen to deep center field. So now Eli Mock, who reached on a fielder's choice last time he was at the plate. And this one, a hard hopping ball to short, and he will not run it out. It'll be an out. They'll strand one on base, but a good inning as they do get one across here on a couple of hits, and they now extend their lead to 4-1. Somehow that math doesn't add up. We'll fix it. We'll be back shortly here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. 4-1 Stars as we head to the home half of the third. Eli Mott grounded out to the shortstop on a 6-3 to end the top half of the third. This is Cole Holbrook now. He was showing bunt, pulls the bunt back as the pitch comes outside for ball number 1. And this one is fouled up and just to the left of our broadcast station. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss, and that fastball was really fast. I don't have a gun to clock those pitch speeds, but it wouldn't surprise me if that was in the upper 70s, lower 80s right there. And this one hit hard to right. Chayton Sen is there. He makes the grab on the run, out number 1. So line drive fly out to right field for out number 1 brings up Paul Schuler as we return to the top of the order here for Bellevue East. And through 9 batters, Drew Rarick has tossed 25 pitches. And we'll see what he does against Paul Schuler here. Last time Schuler was up to bat, he would ground it out right back to Drew Rarick on a 1-3 when Rarick would toss over to Beiswinger. This one low and out, ball 1. Bellevue East certainly has some pop in their bats. There's no doubt about that. We've seen that through the first 2.5 innings here. Looks like Hayden Creston's going to come and get a new glove. So Creston will get settled in behind home plate again with a new glove. 1 ball, no strike. Nobody out. Or check that, 1 out, excuse me. And this one lofted up, foul first base side and out of play. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. And there's a strike 2. Curveball at pan to the outside edge of the plate as we reach 40 minutes. Time of the ball game so far. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Drew Rarick will wind up. And he will deliver a drop third strike, and he's thrown out. It's a Buffalo Wild Wings drop third strikeout for Drew Rarick. That'll bring up Blake Irwin, 1 for 1, doubled over the head of Easton Rarick into left center field last time he was at the plate. He would eventually come around and score the lone run of the game so far here for Bellevue East. And that one, did it hit him? Yes, it did. So Blake Irwin will reach via hit by pitch. And now Hayden Creston will come out and have some words of encouragement here with Drew Rarick. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Landon Johnson, the pitcher, thrown out on a drop third strike last time he was at the plate. So Drew Rarick leads the pitcher versus pitcher battle 1-0 here. So he faces him for the 2nd time now here in this contest. This one is 1 hopper to Rarick to second, and that's all they need. No double play needed. Landon Johnson will reach on a fielder's choice on the force out at second. 6-4 on the throw out on Blake Irwin, and that will take care of the 3rd inning of play. It'll be Oliver Luck, Jackson Beiswinger, and Matt Bryant. Batters 8, 9, and 1 for the Stars. 3 complete, a 3-run lead. here for Post 400. We'll be back after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. The Knickerbocker in Hicks, North Dakota is the place for you and your friends to come and enjoy cold drinks, great food, and sports all under a friendly and fun atmosphere. Whether it's the Vikings, Twins, Wild, NDSU Bison, or one of your favorite teams, watch all the games at the Knickerbocker. Open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., and Sunday, 12 noon to 2 a.m. You can find the Knickerbocker at 412 Main Avenue in Hicks, and just a 10-minute drive south of Fargo. Take University Drive, head south until you arrive.
You didn't like the call? Please remember the officials on the court and the field have the best view of the action as it happens. More officials are needed. People like you. Stay connected to the game you love. Contact the NDHSAA, MSHSL, or your local high school to find out how to become an official. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right, welcome back. Landon Johnson has tossed 45 pitches, and he'll face the 2/3 of the bottom of the order and 1/3 of the top of the order. Batters 8, 9, and 1 here for the Post 400 Stars. They'll start off with Oliver Luck. And we'll also see Jackson Byswinger, who's on deck there at the bottom middle of your screen. Matt Bryant, who will be on the on-deck circle, or in the hole, whatever you'd like to call it. Oliver Luck, he was walked last time, so he's 0 for 0 on the afternoon. Here's the pitch, and it will miss for a ball, 1-0. Oliver Luck was walked on a 3-1 count last time he was at the plate. So he's seen 4 balls and 1 strike so far. And this one, he'll drill it out into center field. One hopper almost went over Cicerello's head, but he was able to hang on to it there, and Oliver Luck's on with a single. Jackson Byswinger 0 for 1 as a result of an announcer's jinx. He struck out. Last time he was at the plate. I'll try and pick off Luck at first. Another pickoff attempt. That one was a little too close for comfort, but Oliver Luck back in time. Nobody out, runner on first. 4 runs on 6 hits and 1 Bellevue error for the Stars so far here through 3 innings of play. And now they have a runner on here with nobody out in the top of the 4th. That pitch is low for a ball. 1-0. We saw a lot of pickoff attempts on Stars runners at first in the game yesterday against Miles City. I didn't even think about keeping track of that for this game after I said yesterday that was something I might want to do. Head first slide, ball goes into center field. Oliver Luck takes the steal, and the count comes across as a strike. It's 1-1. Byswinger will chip that one foul back into the netting behind home plate. 50 pitches for Landon Johnson now. 16 balls and 34 strikes, according to my numbers unofficially. There's a strikeout. Byswinger goes down looking this time. He went down swinging last time. And now, through 51 pitches, through two turns through the batting order, it takes 51 pitches, and now pitch 52 for Matt Bryant for his 3rd plate appearance. Maybe not. Yep, he'll stay on the mound, so coach has not taken the ball away from him just yet. Matt Bryant's 0 for 2. He grounded out to the second baseman on a 4-3 first time at bat. Reached base on an error on a pop out to shallow left. Paul Schuler, the shortstop, was backpedaling to try and make the catch. He'd be called off by Cole Holbrook, and then Holbrook would not make the catch, and that would allow a run to score and a couple runners to advance. And Matt Bryant would reach on an RBI error. Matter of fact, that would score 2 runs. I believe it scored Chayton Sen and Eli Mock, if memory serves me correctly. So there's a pitch to Matt Bryant, and Matt Bryant will drill this one on a roller towards short, and he will bobble it, and that'll be an error. They'll charge an E6 on that one. Colby Hansen. Should be 6 hits and 2 errors. Paul Schuler had a clean play on that one, but he bobbled it and he was not able to make the throw. Low and out for a ball, and it's now 2 balls and no strikes. And now a throw up to second, and the ball goes into center field. And now taking off for third is Oliver Luck, and that will allow Matt Bryant to move up to second. So runners on second and third, and a 3-0 count here to Colby Hansen. And now the bases are loaded for Easton Rarick. 1 for 2, struck out swinging his first time, then he singled on a little roller back to Landon Johnson, and he would get in safely on a head-first slide at first base last time he was at the plate. Here's the pitch. And it's inside for a ball, 1-0. So to reset, Oliver Luck on third, Matt Bryant on second, Colby Hansen on first, Easton Rarick at the plate. On deck is Caden Graff. Here's the 1-0, and that one's hit high to right field. Going deep, going to center field. It's over the center fielder's head. It'll bounce out the wall. Coming in to score is Oliver Luck. Matt Bryant will circle third, as will Colby Hansen. And there's going to be a play at third, and he dropped the ball. So that is going to be a hit for sure. And then let's see here. Let me update all my. So it's going to be a 2-run RBI double. No, check that. It's going to be a 3-run RBI double to the wall in center field, scoring Oliver Luck, Matt Bryant, and Colby Hansen. And then Easton Rarick on a throw will move over to third. And now Caden Graff is 2 for 2 with 2 singles, and he's up to the plate. And it is now a 7-0 lead here for the post, or 7-1 lead, excuse me, for the post 400 Stars. That pitch is high for a ball, 1-0 to Caden Graff. On deck is Hayden Crescent. Landon Johnson on this next pitch will toss pitch number 60. We're 51 minutes into the ball game here, and a 7-1 lead for the Stars. This one, hard roller towards second. Cooper Brown will fire it over to first. They'll trade the out for the run. Run will scores. Easton Rarick will come in and tap on the plate. It's now 8-1 with 2 outs. And the bases are empty for Hayden Crescent. So it's a 4-3 ground out officially. And now the bases are empty for Hayden Crescent. Single to center, ground out on a 1-3 last time he was at the plate. First pitch to Crescent comes across for a strike, and it's 0-1. And he'll get a piece of that one. Fouled away. It's 0-2. 8 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors for Bellevue now. Let me double check. Yep, that's right. According to my official scoring. And Crescent into right field. It bounces in front of the line, and that'll be good for a single and another base hit. It's the 9th hit of the game here for the Post 400 Stars. And they get another runner on base, this time for Chayton Sen. Chayton Sen is 1 for 2. He singled into left field. So he snuck it between shortstop and third. And then he would fly out to Cooper Cicerello in center field. Last time he was at the plate. Now he gets hit by a pitch, and now there's 2 runners on base for Post 400. Hayden Crescent moves up to second. Chayton Sen gets the automatic ping to first, and now Eli Mock. I would suspect that if the Stars get the bases loaded again here with 2 outs, you might see a visit to the mound. Right now, Landon Johnson is on pitch 65 with his upcoming pitch here. And he'll deliver in for a strike to Eli Mock. There is 2 outs, so we'll see if Landon Johnson can get through here, get through Eli Mock and potentially strand 2 runners on base and get his team out of this inning. That has not gone well in the even innings. It's gone better in the odd innings for Bellevue, but not so good in the even innings for Bellevue. 1-1. Now make it 1-2. He'll take the strike looking. Landon Johnson potentially a pitch away here from taking care of the Stars in the top of the 4th. Now it's high. That'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Strike ball in that order. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 runners on. 2s across the board here for the Stars and the pitch. Low, ball 3, and it's a full count. And the payoff. And this one is into left field. Rounding third is Hayden Crescent. Pumping the brakes at second is Chayton Sen. It's an Eli Mock RBI single. And that makes the score 9-1 in favor of the Post 400 Stars. Once again, Chayton Sen moves up to second. Runners on first and second. That'll clear the count here for Oliver Luck. 1 for 1, a walk his first time up. Then he blazed one into center field for a single last time at bat. And the Stars have scored 5 here in the top of the 4th. That pitch is high for ball 1. Jackson Byswinger on deck. Oliver Luck and Byswinger representing batters 8 and 9 in the lineup here for the Stars. And there's a strike, 1-1 the count. Stars looking to move to 2-0 here in this tournament, and that one's over the center fielder's head. Rounding third is Chayton Sen. He will score. Rounding third now from first is Eli Mock, and it's going to be a 2-run triple. Looking for an inside the park home run. They got him out at the plate. The 2 runs will score. It'll go into the books as a 2-run triple for Oliver Luck. And that will end the top half of the 4th. 11-1 as they take the 10-run lead here as they score 7 in the top of the 4th. Oliver Luck on the attempted inside the park home run gets tossed out at the plate on an 8-6-2 play at the plate. And I'll bring up A.J. Lucas, Cooper Brown, and Cooper Cicerello. Batters 4, 5, and 6. It's the middle of the order here for Bellevue when we return after the break.
Signorama of Fargo is the trusted, preferred signage vendor of NDSU athletics. The global leader in the sign and graphic industry, Signorama is the way to grow your business. Competitive prices, free consultations and estimates, signage solutions that fit your budget. Signorama is locally owned and committed to community support. Trusted by the Bison, be a championship business with Signorama. Call or go online at sarvalley.com.
Do you have a teen ready for driving lessons? Don't know what they need to do or when things need to be done? If busyness keeps you from driving with them, then Gotta Go Driving School is the place to call. Jeff Weber at Gotta Go Driving School has been teaching driving lessons to all age groups since 1991.
All right, we'll make it up to our friend Jeff at Gotta Go Driving School. 11-1, the Stars crank out 3 in the second, 1 in the third, and 7 more in the fourth. And that pitch will scoot across the turf for ball one. A.J. Lucas dropped a single out into right field last time he was at the plate. This is the middle of the order here, 4, 5, and 6 for Bellevue. And this one hit hard into center field, and there'll be a bouncer for Oliver Locke and another single for A.J. Lucas. So Lucas 2 for 2, some positivity there for Bellevue on a couple of singles, 1 to right field, 1 to center field. Now Cooper Brown's the scheduled batter, and it will indeed be Cooper Brown. He popped out to Matt Bryant, the second baseman, to end the inning last time he was at the plate. Only 1 out this time, or no outs this time, so he will not end the inning on this at-bat like he did on his last at-bat. 2 minutes shy of the 1 hour mark of the ball game here as Rarick gets set, and now he'll fire over to first. By Swinger will apply the tag. Lucas back in time. And then now another pickoff attempt. And Lucas back once again. Still no pitches officially here to Cooper Brown. Cooper Cicerello is on deck here for Bellevue. The pitch is in for a strike. So the first official pitch to Cooper Brown results in an 0-1 count. And Drew Rarick will toss pitch 35 here on the 0-1 count to Cooper Brown. See, glances at Lucas, glances at second. Runner does not go, and he will just miss the strike zone there to even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. (11-1) and a 1-1 count with 1 runner on. Lucas goes, and now the throw up to second will pop out of the hand of Crescent, and he will get the stolen base. So he'll move into scoring position. The pitch comes across as a strike. It's 1-2. And Drew Rarick looking for another Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout here as he'll glance quickly at Lucas on second. Take a second glance. Wine, deliver the 1-2. And got it! It's a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout for Drew Rarick. That'll bring up Cooper Cicerello, the center fielder. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to Easton Rarick, the shortstop, last time he was at the plate. And did he check his swing? He did not. Strike 1 to Cicerello. As that ball rolls up the third base line, and we've officially reached the 1 hour mark of the ball game. Oh, welcome everybody watching at Buffalo Wild Wings on 42nd Street in Fargo. If you are looking for a good time, go over to Buffalo Wild Wings, grab some lunch, and watch the remainder of this game here. Now one will bounce in for a ball, 1-1. Now the throw up to third is going to roll into left field. Easton Rarick with the throw home, and the tag is applied, and he's safe. Nice A for effort there for Hayden Crescent, but A.J. Lucas able to come around and score. And that takes the 10-run rule out of effect, at least for the moment. There's still another inning to play where they could put it back into effect. No balls and 2 strikes now to Cooper Cicerello. And there's a strikeout. I thought it was 1 ball and 2 strikes, but it doesn't matter now. Cicerello strikes out. That puts the second out on the board. This is a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout for Drew Rarick, his second of the inning. 1 looking, 1 swinging, and now Tyler Thiede. Tyler Thiede was the victim of a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout last time he stepped up to the plate. Rarick with pitch 42. Got it in there for strike 1, 0-1. We'll see if the run by A.J. Lucas is enough to force the 6th inning here, but the Stars have scored in every inning with the exception of the first. No balls and 2 strikes now. Can he get 1 more? Rarick with no runners on, winds and delivers, and he'll pop it down off the turf for a ball, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 hour, 2 minutes into the ball game. 2 outs. And an 11-2 advantage here for the Post 400 Stars. And now it's 2-2. I want to say hi to Jim watching from Denver, North Carolina. He says he's choosing Post 400 baseball over college baseball. That'll be a drop third strike, and that'll end the inning. Another Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout for Drew Rarick. A.J. Lucas scores on a stolen base and an errant throw. And it makes it 11-2. And we'll go to the top of the 5th when we return after this here on Magnitude Sports. Be right back. Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
You may already know that at Clothes Mentor, you can shop great designer brands without the full designer price, and that you can bring your gently used items into Clothes Mentor and sell them for cash on the spot. Here's something else you should know. Buying and selling at Clothes Mentor aids in water preservation, reduces chemical pollution, decreases landfill waste, boosts your local community. That's right, it's resale, and it's better than retail. Be green and kind to the environment by selling your clothing and buying sustainable fashion for yourself.
All right, there's a look at your new pitcher for Bellevue. It's Caden Bach. And Caden Bach will take over for Landon Johnson. His day came to an end with 73 pitches, 46 strikes, and 27 balls through 5 innings in 1 hour and 5 minutes of work. And now Caden Bach will take over, and he'll face batters 9, 1, and 2 as the Stars look to go through their batting lineup for the 5th time in this contest. They'll start with Jackson Beiswinger, who's didn't have any luck against Landon Johnson. We'll see if that luck changes here with Caden Bach. Against Landon Johnson, Beiswinger at 0 for 2, down swinging on strikes and down looking on strikes. We'll also see, it looks like we'll have some changes in the upcoming batters here after Beiswinger. That's her strike. Looks like Grant Matter will be the batter on deck here for the Stars. He'll take over in the number 1 spot of the batting lineup here for Post 400. 1 ball, 1 strike now here to Jackson Beiswinger. 11-2, a 9-run advantage here for the Stars. That one's low for ball 2. They scored 3 in the second, 3 in the second, 1 in the third, and 7 in the 4th. And that is ball 3. And Jim says he has a ball game tonight, so he might not be able to watch the entire game. We'll see if the Stars can end the game early for you, Jim. They'll run away from potentially putting that into effect, and there's a walk on a 3-1 count to Jackson Beiswinger. So Beiswinger reaches base for the first time today, and that brings up Grant Matter taking the place of Matt Bryant, who was 0 for 3, grounded out, reached base twice on 2 errors. So Grant Matter will take over the number 1 spot. His spray chart sends most of his hits to left and center field. Does have a couple to right, but most of it's to left and center. And now the pitch comes in for ball 1 here to Grant Matter. We'll zoom out just a little bit so we can get Beiswinger on first. And that pitch will miss for ball number 2. So 2-0 now here to Grant Matter. Caden Bach on 7 pitches, only 1 strike so far. And just as I say that, A.J. Lucas, the catcher, will go up and have some words, as well as Paul Schuler, the shortstop, coming in to Six balls, 1 strike for Caden Bach, and we'll see if this discussion results in his 2nd strike. More cases than not, after a conversation with the pitcher, he usually comes out of that to toss a strike. I've seen it probably 88% of the time. The pitcher will throw a strike after a visit to the mound. And he does. He throws one there, and it's 2-1. No announcer's jinx there for Caden Bach. Two ones. He stares down Beiswinger on first, and that's a little bit low, and it's 3-1. There's a strike and a full count now. Ball, strike, in that order on the pitches so far here between Bach and Matter. 10 pitches, an hour and 10 minutes into the ball game. Pickoff attempt over at first there on Beiswinger, not in time. Evan Erickson is on deck here for the Stars. And that one's high for a walk, and Bach, on his first 2 batters faced, puts runners on first and second with 2 walks. And now it'll be Evan Erickson taking the place of Colby Hansen, who was 0 for 2 with a strikeout, ground out, and a walk. And now Evan Erickson will take over the number 2 spot in the lineup here for the Post 400 Stars, leading 11-2 with 2 runners on and nobody out. And Evan Erickson will pop that one up, third base side, and he'll make the catch. And that's out number 1. That's Blake Irwin on the catch there on the fouled away pop out for Evan Erickson. That puts the first out on the board. Runners stay put at first and second, and Easton Rarick will step up to the plate. And he's had a decent day today, 2 for 3. He struck out swinging his first time up. Since then, he would single on a head-first slide into first on a little roller back to the pitcher, and then he would drill one out over the center fielder's head. It'd bounce off the wall and straight away center last time he was at the plate. That would result, I think that was a 3-run double, if I remember correctly. That was back in the 4th inning. It was at least a 2-run double. I think it might have been a 3-run double. I'd have to double check. Two balls and no strikes to Easton Rarick. And now it's 3 balls and no strikes to Easton Rarick. 15 pitches now, but only 4 of them have found the strike zone. There's a strike, 3-1. Logan Sullivan is the batter on deck here for the Stars. And now Easton Rarick will be walked. So now Caden Bach loads the bases on the first 3 batters he faces. check that on the first 4 batters that he faces as he got the last batter out. Caden Graff was 2 for 3 with 2 singles and 1 ground out. And now he'll be replaced by Logan Sullivan. So Logan Sullivan with 1 out and the bases loaded takes over in the number 4 spot in the batting lineup here. And the first pitch he'll see is a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. And that one's fouled away, and it's 0-2. Souvenir for a youngster. The 0-2 from Buck, high for a ball. So the 10-run rule in effect, runner is on third. And everybody beyond that is insurance. And that one's blasted to left. On one hop, it gets by the left fielder, Holbrook. Scoring is by-swinger and Grant Matter. Moving into third is Easton Rarick on a 2-run double to left field for Logan Sullivan. So second and third, reset the count, and this is Hayden Crescent. 2 for 3, a single to center, ground out on a 1-3. And a single down the line in right field. This one will drop in low for a ball. So Crescent 2 for 3. And it's 13-2. And 2 more runners in scoring position here for the Stars. Right now, if the score stands as is, Bellevue would have to get 2 runs in the bottom half of the 5th to force the 6th inning of play. Two-one, Hayden Crescent going deep to right field, and it is going to be the center fielder making the grab. Tagging on third is Easton Rarick. He will score. Tagging on second is Logan Sullivan. He'll advance to third. Hayden Crescent with an RBI sac fly to right center field.
Now up to bat, number 8, Carson Barta.
And now bring up Carson Barta. Easton Rarick scores. Logan Sullivan up to third. So only 1 runner on base with 2 outs now. And the pitch comes across for a strike. Carson Barta taking the place of Chayton Sen, who went 1 for 2 with a single ground out and hit by a pitch. And Carson Barta will move into the number 6 spot in the batting lineup here for the Stars as he takes the second pitch for a ball, not even at the count at 1-1. So Logan Sullivan on third. The Stars leading 14-2. They have 12 hits in this game on 2 Bellevue errors. And that one's low for a ball. Three-one. Grounded towards third. Shortstop picks it up, fires it over to first, and they got the out. So they will strand 1 on base. And we will go now to the middle of the 5th, and after the 6-3 ground out, it'll be up to batters 8, 9, and 1. Kyle Rutherford, Cole Holbrook, and Paul Schuler are the scheduled batters pending changes. Bellevue needs at least 3 to force the 6th inning. We'll see if they can get those 3 when we return after this here on Magnitude.
You may already know that at Close Mentor, you can shop great designer brands without the full designer price, and that you can bring your gently used items into Close Mentor and sell them for cash on the spot. Here's something else you should know. Buying and selling at Close Mentor aids in water preservation, reduces chemical pollution, decreases landfill waste, boosts your local community. That's right, it's resale, and it's better than retail. Be green and kind to the environment by selling your clothing and buying sustainable fashion for yourself.
While the scoreboard reveals the winner of an athletic contest, the real winners are the players, coaches, and fans who show good sportsmanship. Those who treat the game as a competition, show concern for an injured player, and accept all decisions from game officials. Please remember to be a good sport when attending a high school game. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right, let's take a look here. It is indeed Kyle Rutherford thrown out on a drop third strike as Drew Rarick will try and finish this game off here. Stars leading 14-2. Kyle Rutherford, Cole Holbrook, Paul Schuler, the scheduled batters, pending changes here for Bellevue. 3 runs to force the 6th inning of play. We'll see if they can get those 6. 1 ball. Drew Rarick is approaching 50 pitches, averaging 10 pitches an inning to match his jersey number, and a swing and a miss for strike 2. Well, at worst case scenario, he'll toss 51 pitches here. Swing and a miss, and it'll be a tag out, and it'll be a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout. So pitch number 50 will come against Cole Holbrook.
Now batting number 7, Cole Holbrook.
Rarick winds up and delivers a pitch up high for a ball. Holbrook 0 for 1. A line drive fly out to Chayton Sen in right field last time he was at the plate. I have surveyed, I don't know if, let's see, I don't see any defensive changes for the Stars. That doesn't mean that there hasn't been any, but I don't see any at the moment. Holbrook will swing and miss, and it goes from a 1-1 count to a 1-2 count. Byswinger still at first. Rarick still at short. A check swing, and that'll be a drop third strike and a throw out and another Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout here for Cole Holbrook. So it'll be a drop third strikeout, 2-3 on the throw out at home. Now it's up to Paul Schuler to keep the game going here for Bellevue. Looks like we have a different batter here. Let's see if I can catch the jersey number. Looks like number 20 or 22. Looks like Parker Schuler. Guessing possibly a brother of Paul. Strike comes in on the 1-1 count. It's now 1-2 to Parker Schuler. Two outs, and that will be a ball. 2-2, strike ball, strike ball. And no, they're going to call it a strike, and that will be a strikeout instead. They had to talk it over for a moment there. I thought it was a drop third strike, and that is indeed the case, and that will be your final score. The post 400 Stars take care of 2 teams in 5-inning, 10-run rules as they win this one 14-2. Coming up here for the Stars, as we take a look at the upcoming schedule, they will have a game tomorrow against Cheyenne, Wyoming. I believe they're post 2. Yeah, post 2, I believe, out of Cheyenne, Wyoming. The Stars have faced Cheyenne here on Magnitude on a handful of occasions already. And then also tomorrow we'll have Dakota Fusion Soccer taking on Joy St. Louis Park Athletic Club. That's set for a 7 p.m. kick. Eric Tianson and Chris Hovden will be on the call and the broadcast for the Fusion Soccer. And then it's not on our schedule yet, but I'm going to be adding it soon. The Stars will have a game on Sunday. The only thing we don't know is what time that game is. We'll create the watch link as soon as we know what time that game is. And whenever that is, we'll have it for you here on Magnitude Sports. So the next up, 12:30 tomorrow for the Stars. And they'll take on Cheyenne Post 2 as they take care of business here in game number 2 of the Veterans Classic Tournament in Rapid City. We thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll talk to you again soon here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell, and visit our website at magnitudesn.com for a schedule of our upcoming broadcasts.